Okay, it's very straightforward and easy to get on the web portal. If you go portal.azure.com, sign up. If you have not signed up yet, create a free account, and so on and so forth. Once you have an account, you should be able to do all these things that we've talked about, okay? And get yourself familiar at least with the different resources that are out there, the different services. So first thing, when you get there, you want to be able to click on the hamburger icon at the top right. Let me move this out of here. When you click on that hamburger icon, it gives you all the different options. First, you can create a resource right off the bat. You can go to the home, you can create a dashboard. You can also check out all the services. These are only the services that I've selected as my favorite ones, the ones I use often. But normally I would say go to all services. When you get to all services, each time you click away, this hamburger icon is going to collapse. But if you go back there, it's going to show you everything. So here you have different categories. Okay, general categories, if you want to look at your subscriptions, marketplace, we haven't talked about marketplace yet, and so on. Those are not really important, but you also have the ones that you've used recently, and also look at managed groups and so on. The ones that I use often, that I've favorited, you can see them with stars on there. Okay. Next, you want to be able to collapse and expand each one of these categories. You can see we talked about compute, we talked about virtual machines, functions, and so on and so forth. Kubernetes service, we skipped that, but we talked about containers, okay? We talked about availability sets. We also talked about skill sets, but I don't see skill sets on there. Probably, oh, there it is, skill sets, all right? Now, we went ahead in the last class and talked about networks, virtual networks, which are often called VNets. We talked about load balancers, public and private IPs, and if you want to set up a WAN and so on. Talked about service endpoints and so on and so forth. So again, that was a challenging one, if a challenging class if you're new to networking, but it's always good to know that because everything lies on the network. Without the network, there is no internet. We get inter-network. So understanding the network is very critical. If anybody needs me to go through that again, can reach out. I'll work with you on that. Today, we talked about storage, right? In order for us to create a storage, we need to first create a storage account. Once you create a storage account, it's up to you now to determine what type of storage service you're trying to create. Is it a data lake? This one is generation 1. Are you trying to do Azure Data Box, which we just talked about? Are you trying to look at queues and so on and so forth? So you can determine each one that you want. Is it data shares, like file shares and so on? Are you trying to get a data link or synced up? So those are the popular ones that we talked about. This is going to be all that we need to talk about. But next time we discuss our next class, we'll be looking at Azure Active Directory, because that's, again, keyword directory. Directory, again, think about your dictionary. You go in a directory, or should I say yellow pages. You go in a directory when you're looking for something. So we'll talk all about identity, access, and management, both identifying the user that's using the service and identifying each one of those service or resources, all right? Making sure we have some hierarchical representation of all those things, and we can better manage it, we can better secure it. So we're not only talking about identity, we'll talk about access. Who has access to what? And what application can communicate with which other one, which user can use which application, and finally security, which is very important. So those three, we're going to talk about them next session. All right, so that's about it. Feel free to go in here. You're only going to be charged for what you use. So you can create examples of each particular resource. For instance, I can go ahead and create a resource. Let me create a quick storage resource here. So what am I trying to create? Storage. Let's see, a blob. If I search for blob, blob is the one that we can use no matter where, no matter what. So let's look for a storage blob. As I'm searching for a storage blob, I think I first have to start by doing account. Am I going to? No, I went to the marketplace. No, that's not where I want to go to. So let's go to all resources. Create a resource. That's what I needed to click on. Create a resource. And storage. I don't believe I have a storage account. That's probably the problem. Let's see if I have one. Yeah, I don't have a storage account. So let's create a storage account. And storage account, create. That's good. It's probably going to take a minute to get it going. So it's giving me a subscription. That's my default subscription. Everything is default. We did talk about storage name. The storage name has to be unique. So if I type in ABC, I'm pretty sure someone already has that. So it tells me, sorry, that storage account is already taken. So let's try, I don't know, what's today's date? March 13, I believe. And then let me add my name on there. So I believe that should be unique. And I can see already the field can contain only lowercase and numbers. We talked about that. So I'm having capital M for March. I should change that to small m. And that should probably fix it. Delete that. And March 13. And it's unique. So I get to decide what region I want. Okay. So I can go ahead, and these are all the regions. Obviously, I'll leave my default region. And do I want the performance to be standard or premium? I'm going to leave it to standard. Again, standard is that general purpose V2 account. Okay. If I go to premium, then I'm going to be deciding if I want it to be either the page blob or file share or block blobs. I don't really care about those. I'm going to leave it as standard. Redundancy, we talked about redundancy. Do we want it to be locally redundant, geo-redundant? All of that also is going to factor into the cost. So let me go ahead and just say locally redundant. And again, let me show you, these are all the options that we just talked about. I can go to advanced, but that's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and review. And probably take a second, it should be good. And now I can review everything and create it. Once it's created, you can see on the top right, it's initialized, created. Now I have my account created. Well, not yet. It's still in progress. It's going to take a second or two, or maybe a minute to create it. Once it's created, I have that account. Now I can start creating the resources in there. Okay. So it's done. You can see here it's been accepted. So operations are still going on. Once it's done, I should be able to go ahead. So yeah, your deployment is complete. Now let's go to the resource. Now I've gone into the resource. I am within that storage account. That storage account has all these details, the essentials for me. Okay, it's currently in the default access tier, which is hot. Public access is enabled, blah, 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 the file service, and so on. Next, I need to create a container. That container is going to hold the particular storage information that I need. So let's click on containers, create a container. And right here, I get to give the container a name. So let me give it a name, Vitus. I don't want it to be private. I want it to be public so that anyone can see it on the internet. Okay. So it's anonymous with access for containers and blobs. So everything that's in there, you can read it. So that's fine. Container and blob can be read. Totally fine. I'm going to create that. Now it's created successfully. Okay. So let's go into that container. Now I have that container has been created. I can go ahead and just upload the storage in there. So let's see if I click upload and find a file and drop it in there. Let's see, what file am I going to search? I'm going to find one that has our program per se, a picture of our program. Let me drag it and drop it in there. It's been dragged and dropped. Upload that. And now you can see it in there. Once it's been uploaded successfully, let's click on that. It shows me what is in there. And I want to make sure that it's accessible. So if I copy this link and I paste it on there, anybody on the internet should be able to see that right now. All I have to do is give them this link. If I give them March 13 vitus.blob.core.dat.net, then there it is. That's the account name and the service name because it's a blob. All right. And I created a container or a folder that I wanted to drop it in. The file name is not very friendly because the file name has spaces in there. So I can go ahead and update that. Let's go ahead and change the file name. Edit. I need to rename actually, not edit. Where is rename? All right, it wouldn't let me. But yeah, so normally if I rename it, I should be able to just get that in there. But yeah, that's exactly how you go about saving data on the internet or on the cloud. Sounds good? All right, so we're at the top of the hour. You can follow that exercise as well, and you should be able to get that done. But I'm not very happy with my output because I have spaces in my name or in the name of the file. Let's go to properties rather. Yep, in properties, I should be able to update it. No, not good. All right, that's fine. I'll go ahead and update that. If I click edit, it takes me to that. There's no new version. That's fine. All right, so we'll end there for today. We've been able to see again, demonstrate how you can create a storage account, create a container in your storage account, and also add a blob, a binary large object, okay? And it's also accessible on the internet. So I can go ahead and delete that, and also delete the blob snapshot so that we cannot get access to it anymore. Let's go back to the file, delete that as well, and I should be good to go. Once it's deleted, it's gonna let me know. All right, so no questions for the day. I will go ahead and oopsie, we need to click on delete. There you go. I'll go ahead and send. Thank you very much for being patient and getting all these services taken care of: the compute service, the networking service, and now the storage service. So next class, identity, access, and security. Enjoy the rest of your week, and see you on